Thank you, Leroy. Look forward to seeing that in a bit. But right now, let's get straight to what was arguably the match of the weekend. Ian, Arsenal, title-chasing Arsenal at home to a new manager team in Manchester United, and the game didn't disappoint.
Not at all, not at all. And it was really interesting to see how Arsenal will deal with the pressure. Man United under Carrick, they feel like they've got a momentum, they've got a little bit of a confidence. It seems like the players play with a smile. We haven't seen that under Amorim. And now Carrick brought something that we used to see in old United. They enjoy it, they smile, and they use the right players to win games. And it was a great game to watch. But for me, the concern was Arsenal, and especially with Jesus and Saka and Trossard, you know, goals. We're talking about what Arsenal is standing at the moment. They score a lot of goals, but set pieces. Sometimes that's not enough. In the big games, and especially when you play Man United with the confidence, you need more than that. And that was interesting to see how Arsenal was going to react and what Man United will do to put that game to bed.
Well, you mentioned the two teams just a moment ago, and these is what the managers sent out. I think pretty standard for Arsenal. I think that's arguably his strongest team at the moment. There's a talk of whether Trossard is Martinelli. People along them lines are his strongest team. Jesus, Gyökeres, again, the strong performance by Jesus in the week in Milan obviously led to him starting this game. So I thought Arsenal are quite predictable. And Manchester United off the weekend before against Manchester City with this team, those two operating at the top of the pitch more often like that, actually, wasn't it? Well, especially when they were defending as a front two was how the manager set them up. Yeah,
and it was great. Carrick obviously have found out what was Man United missing, playing the players in the right areas, use the strengths of the players. I mean, Dorgu, Ahmad, you know what, they're brilliant. They've got the pace, they've got the intensity, they can actually go up and down. Yeah. They've got the energy and the physicality to actually do that. But what you've got with Mbeumo and Fernandes, you've got a very intelligent player as Fernandes. You've got Mbeumo, who is not just intelligence, but he's got speed. He knows when to make the runs into the space. And I'm sure that Carrick has looked at Arsenal and they know one thing. They play high. There's going to be plenty of spaces. How are we going to use that space and try to punish Arsenal?
Well, let's have a look at exactly how they set up. And I did think in the previous week against Manchester City, I thought Manchester United's first thought was to run forward. I thought it was to try and get in behind a high line of Manchester City, and we saw the exact same thing in this game. This is
Michael, when you look across the sort of last year or so for United, I know you've not been here that entire time, but you've watched a lot of the team. A consistent theme has been the struggle to win games consistently at Old Trafford. Do you know why that is?
I think ultimately consistency is the key to success, you know, and I think it's in my eyes it's one of the most difficult things to achieve, to be good consistently rather. So yeah, it takes so much, you know. It takes a level of performance, it takes the level of mentality and the intensity and the concentration, and actually be able to cope emotionally with the ups and downs of what each game brings and moving on to the next. So there's so many things and that kind of go into it, and listen, that's what we're working towards. You know, we've had a great couple of weeks, 2 big results. There's bigger games coming up, and it's just keeping the mind in the right place as much as the emotions to be able to go into the next game just as we have done the previous 2.
I interviewed Lisandro Martinez yesterday, and it goes in line with what you were just saying there as well. He said that you touched his heart. And that meant that he'd give you everything. I wonder how much work you've been doing in this short time, capturing hearts and minds as well as giving tactical detail as well.
Yeah, well, you've got to play with feeling. You know, you've got to play with emotion. You've got to play with excitement, and so there's definitely that side of things, and it's something we speak about. You know, the tactical side. The technical side's one thing, but the things I've just touched on is totally something else, and. The boys have been there, you know, in training and in games and in meetings and everything around the place. They've been there, and everything we've asked of them. And Leach has epitomised that in terms of how he's gone about every day and certainly in the game. So, but we're definitely aware that of what it's taken to have the couple of weeks we've had. A couple of weeks is a couple of weeks, you know. It's good, but it's 2 weeks, and we're definitely aware that it's something we want to and we need to make extend for longer. So respecting the game, respecting what it takes to win games and how hard it is and how good a team Fulham are. That's definitely on the front of our minds.
Thank you.
Just on the Fulham game, an issue that's kind of predated some of the previous managers is United sometimes struggling to break down teams who come to Old Trafford and are happy to sit a little bit deeper. Obviously, that's not the way that City and Arsenal play. Does the messaging or the game plan change at all when you've got a team like Fulham coming in? And you also mentioned after the City game that you're not always going to have, the big emotions like a derby brings up, and sometimes the players are going to have to do that themselves. Is Fulham kind of an example of that?
Yeah, I don't think we need to make too much of it, to be honest. I think we are where we are. I think what the feeling around the group, around the squad, and the results that we've had, the performances, and going into the next game, I don't think the past is too relevant in that respect. You understand it and what's worked before and what hasn't. But really, it's I think the boys are in a good place going into the game. Tough game, really tough challenge. I think Fulham, Marco's got them really into a really good team. So it's I think this one of all of a sudden it's a different game. It's Fulham, and just because we're at home, taking anything for granted is bang out of order, really. So it might be a case it's the same flow of the game as what we've had the last 2 weeks. No shame in that. We'll deal with the game, what's in front of us, and do whatever it takes for us to be able to come out on top.
Early in the game, Arsenal started particularly well on the front foot. United getting behind the ball, but obviously Casemiro comes out and tries to deflect that ball going into the box. The ball's in the air, and already I'm seeing the body language of Mbeumo already thinking about moving forward. There you see it, Ahmad already moving forward. You're going to see in a moment Bruno Fernandes thinking about moving. They haven't even got the ball yet, and you just see they're off. Kobe Mainoo brings it down brilliantly, and just look at the hunger to get forward, the desire. There's no thought of coming towards the ball.
Man, Osman, both of us played, yeah? Where you can hurt teams, the space. Play the space, use the space. Which player can hurt you? And that's what's happening. Mbeumo, he don't even think about it. He's not thinking about coming short, Yes, coming short, playing with the ball, hold the ball is no. My first thing is that I'm off. I'm going to stretch that team. This was brilliant because if you can look at every single Man United player, they're already thinking, we're pushing up. Yeah. We're going up. And this is something that Matt Carrick got, is like, we're breaking teams. We can be under pressure. We look solid because Man United, until they won the ball, they look solid. But what is the next phase? And this is what Man United make it perfectly that. This is a little bit unlucky, but you can see, if we can stop it here, if we can go back and stop it, Leon, is when that ball is played, play a little bit forward, and then we can stop it, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Look at how stretched is this Arsenal team. This is what Man United want. They want to take what Arsenal likes to do. They like to be compact. They like to play with short passes. They want to dominate the game. They want to be in control. This is Arsenal not in control. This is Arsenal overstretched, on the back foot. And this is what Man United done pretty much all the way till the end.
Yeah, and even in that, Manchester United actually outcover Arsenal. They've got Arsenal stretched and still outcover in those moments. But it was a theme. This is that moment again. This is a clear moment in the game. Harry Maguire just wins the ball back. It's on its way to Bruno Fernandes. Look at the look between the two of them. He's looked already. And Mbeumo is in that position. They're always never too far away from each other. This distance between the two of them is never particularly far.
We mentioned it earlier at the start, the cleverness from Fernandes and the pace on Mbeumo. It reminds me of your game. You used to be that clever. You used to find little pockets, but you play. But this is what it's all about, how you can hurt your opponents. And that's what Fernandes and Mbeumo can do. One can find the pass, the other one can run into space. But this is where Man United is really... Look at the way they're set up. If you can highlight all the forward players, I can do it for you, but... but if you can look at it, now Man United are looking actually to pin to pin down Arsenal. What Arsenal like, the centre halves, they love when they have a big striker. They'll love if they have Sesko there because they know what to do.
Yeah.
But Mbeumo,
Someone was in there.
Yes.
Right up against them. They'd be able to go and mark them.
And you know the good thing is, they will be more narrow. It won't be that space between them where you can play the ball. When the players can actually move freely into the inside the pitch, and they can stand between those lines because there's enough space.
Yeah, there's no way of him being able to come into that position.
No.
There's no way of him being able to come into that position, is there?
And this is the most dangerous position. This is where Michael Carrick was really clever with that. But Man United player, they were patient with it. They were waiting for it. They knew what moments they wanted to use.
And this was a good moment. This was as they'd grown into the game. They'd weathered Arsenal's early storm. But what I liked about this was the pockets of space they're getting into. Kobbie Mainoo and Casemiro mixing it up. We just highlighted that, the way they're all spread across. Look how brave they're being in possession, getting forward. But what I did like was the fact that on this occasion, we've highlighted previous ones. Mbeumo going forward, Bruno going forward, but also able to come into spaces. On this occasion, it's the opposite way around.
Yeah.
And Mbeumo's come short, so that meant Bruno goes in behind, and they're actually really unfortunate not to get some of them.
And that chance come from literally just patient build up and play, and he should score that one. A great opportunity. But you know the funny thing, Mino as well is he's that number 6 who bounce off it. Everything bounce off him. But this is another thing that you're talking about. Look at the way Arsenal is. They're overstretched. This is not a comfortable Arsenal, way overstretched. This is like a simple ball. But what Man United does is, like, what is your next stage? How do we press? When do we press? When do we engage? And this is something, this is interesting. If you can look at Dorgu, you figure Fernandes, you can do it Mbeumo, it's like they're waiting for it.
Yeah.
When you have players behind you and you know they're set, they're not out of position, they're ready to do what you do. The front layer of pressing, and this is what happened. If you play, look, this is well balanced.
Yeah, and
This
the
is-
communication, I've just tried to highlight there,
Yes.
the communication going on with these two. They've just lost the ball. Now it's about how you get set up. We've talked about it before.
Yeah.
The main concern is probably that kind of position. You don't
Not
want
at the
ball in.
moment. Not at the moment. By everything develops, you will see how Man United actually adjust. You see, what he does. Look at if you play slowly, you can see, what he does. All of a sudden, you realize one thing. If you can stop it now, there is the danger. I need to stop that.
Yeah.
Why? Because you already have, if I can press the numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players, yeah? Is that right?
Yeah,
There's no 5-1 come out.
we figured it out.
Yeah. There's a 5 players. How many is Man United players there?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, up until this point, they've got
5v5.
top of 5 in this half, yeah.
So they're actually taking Arsenal from their comfortable zone. Is when do we press? We can actually go man for man here. And this is something that is very interesting, is how brave Man United is. And where they're going to put Arsenal in the back foot. And we're going to see that by
Well,
playing
Kobbie
this.
Mainoo and Bruno Fernandes stopped that into an Odegaard in there. If that pass, somebody's got to go. Well, I tell you what,
Taking
we're under a bit of pressure.
Taking
I'll play forward.
responsibility.
I'm gonna play forward. I know I'm gonna risk the ball. I'm gonna play a percentage pass because we're in a little bit of trouble. But they don't see that. They play back.
You have to be clinical. You have to finish it. He done it with confidence, and he's been brilliant.
Oh, it was an outstanding
Yeah.
finish. And
Yeah.
talk about outstanding finishes. Manchester United had 3. I mean, there were the 2 in the second half that could potentially be in the goal of the season candidates for Manchester United, possibly for the league, especially Dorgu's goal, to be honest. I mean, United, this came after a strong spell of 5 minutes where they had the majority of possession. They were asking an awful lot of questions. Just seeing a forward run from Bruno Fernandes, little bit of interchange, Dorgu coming into positions. You're going to see that happens so often, which creates space. I do like so about it, but the goal itself, Stan.
But what I liked, let's see it in the full flow, because it's a great goal. If we bring it back from the start, you see, if we can stop it here, that'll be unbelievable. Look at what they've got now. You've got Mbeumo who loves to run into space, yeah?
Yep.
He loves that. But then you've got a one player that is actually brilliant. This guy, Bruno Fernandes. What he does is in the right area. Why? If I play with you, Leon, what I will do is I will play the ball to your feet. Why? Because you're great with it.
You know I
how
couldn't run.
No, you could run, but your strength is like you can see the game. If I play the ball to you, I know the ball will be back. I can bounce off you. I can get in the position where I can hurt the opposition if I have a pace by using you. And this is what's happened. Look at what's happened. 1-2, 1-2, a simple thing. Doku, when he's got opportunity, what a strike.
Yeah, I'm not sure he'll hit many better than that. I mean, we thought his goal a few weeks back, volley at Old Trafford, was special, but this one, circumstance, the moment, to get his team back into the lead at that moment was remarkable. And he knew it. I think his reaction would tell you that that he enjoyed that moment.
But it seems like in that moment, everybody's enjoying it. Man United have a structure, how to play going forward, what to do. And they don't only have plan A, they've got plan B as well. If Carrick makes a couple of changes, they've got another option. And it's a simple option.
Yeah, I agree. But I thought one of Michael Carrick's positives that came out of the game, I mean, the way he set his team up, the way it was last week, the way things materialised during the game. I thought at 2-1, it had to make a change. They had to take off Dorgu, and he put Sesko. There was talk that he would put the defender on and the holding midfield, maybe try and kill the game at that moment. But he put Sesko, partly probably to try and defend set pieces. But that didn't half pay off when once they went to 2-2, because he can do this. He can compete for the ball. He can fight for it, which meant United can get bodies around him. United can go in search of the next goal.
Yes. And look at where Arsenal is. Saliba, look, he's about 10 yards back. What are you defending there? What are you defending there? The problem is we talk about plan A and plan B. This is his plan B. I don't mind going long, going direct, put pressure on Arsenal, get my players to be around there and play off second ball. Then we've got enough quality to go and punish them. And this is what happened in this moment, exactly.
Well, it certainly does. And again, no surprise, Bruno Fernandes involved. Great body position from Cunha. Lovely little spell again. I just want to point out the run from Sesko, what Michael Carrick's got in the mind. No thought of coming bouncing in. Run these defenders away. Create space for players in these pockets here. And actually now, when you've got someone like Cunha who, 2 games, he started on the bench on both occasions, and yet he's come on with this freshness, this brightness, this real belief. Assist when he came on last week, win and goal in this game, and he's just sort of indicative of what's happening at Manchester United at the moment.
Game changers. That's what Matt Carey will look for, a game changers. In any time of the game, being under pressure, dominating the game, I need a game changers. And against Arsenal, Man United had plenty of game changers there.
Yeah, well, let's have a look at the man who's made the difference at the moment. Just touch on his record at Manchester United, which is pretty impressive. It's got to say, not just the results against high-profile teams, but look at the managers who he's been up against.
He's done a great job. He's done a great job in Middlesbrough. Not many people paid attention. I had a chance to speak with Michael not long ago. We end up in the same party, but that's and he was so passionate about being a manager, being a coach, about innovation in football and what he wants to achieve. You can see he's got the fire, and I'm sure having that opportunity and having this behind his CV, you're looking into saying, I can do a great job here. And why not?
Absolutely. So, very positive about Manchester United. Congratulations to them in that result and how they're headed at the moment. But we have to talk a little bit about Arsenal. We have to touch on a team that has certainly been probably the most dominant in the league this season, going for the title. They've certainly hit a little bump in the road.
They are. And I hate when they say it's now or never.
Yeah.
The pressure, and I'm sure Mikel Arteta, he won titles and, he won cups. You know that pressure, that sentence, what it means, now or never. The players will be reading that and they will be going, we're under pressure now. And the problem is now, Aston Villa are pushing, they're winning. A lot of people are asking questions about can they do it, cannot do it. But the main concern there will be also Man City being there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the goals in this game, there was an own goal, another goal from a set-piece situation. They're really sort of struggling to break teams down from open play. They keep getting a 4v3. Manchester United are scrambling to get back. Only Harry Maguire's set and ready, and yet Arsenal don't even really end up flashed across for Saka running in. I keep seeing sort of wrong.
What you do is you take your chances. You make sure certain ways of winning the games is, but sometimes you'll have half a chance. But it all depends how you react, how you think, and how you use it. What Arsenal did is just they take that extra touch.
Yes.
Is that I wanna score that perfect goal. I wanna get to that right position. On the other hand, Man United was saying every time we've got a chance, we have to take it. Doesn't matter where is it from, and that's what.
Yeah, I mean that could have been filtered into a better position. There could have been some sort of Everton goal. Credit, I mean, for the ponderous they've been, but credit to Manchester United. They've just had a corner kick, and that is all 11 players back inside their own penalty area, within the blink of an eye. And Arsenal, what does it end up with? 5 in there compared to all 11 of Manchester United's, and you're talking about sensing moments.
Risks. You have to be able to press, to be aggressive against Arsenal. Even when they have to face their goal and run back, they're quite comfortable with it. Arsenal will go on. We haven't seen any of the Arsenal players to go behind, just to go there. Just go, stretch them. Let's see what they can do. Look at that, they're staying in one line. They're very predictable, as you mentioned. And what Man United is saying, we're going to take that risk. We're going to count on you having an off day, but we won't back up. The soon you don't exercise, don't take the opportunity, we're going to punish you.
Yeah, I thought that Manchester United are very good. Arsenal of the ball. I'm not seeing enough of the demand to say, come on, play the ball over the top. I'd like to see Eze a bit more aggressive in a position. I think he's quite there instead of there. Suddenly, you have to turn back. He has to turn back here because
They were very well organised. I mean, if I'm Man United at the moment, it's like, I'm very well set up. You're not going to hurt me. They won't play the ball to Gyökeres. They won't play that ball here. They won't. They never do. The two centre-halves, you can see that they don't even pay attention because that ball is not going there. So they're quite happy. If the ball go wide, I'll go and back it up. I'll double up. I'll make sure I'll do my job because that ball is not coming here. And they do become very predictable.